Welcome back, you guys. So, this is gonna have to be, I guess, part two of my Everyday Life of Legit leevelez episode for season two. And no, I don't, I think this is probably like episode 10, but either way, today, like I was talking about in part one, I'm designing using my caliper and blender. As you can see right here, I have blender. I forget exactly which version of blender this is. I know it's over 3. It's like 3.5 or something like that. I can't really remember. But either way, um, I have a caliper. I'm designing some feet for my keyboard because it came with feet already, but they fell off, so I'm missing 2 of them, and the third one did fall off, but I found that one. But either way, so right now I'm using my caliper to measure the feet, and I'm using the cube. This is the original cube. When you get Blender and have it up and running, you would already have a 2 millimeter cube, I believe is what it is. I'll double check in a second. But so right now I'm measuring out the feet for, or the foot for my keyboard, and it's showing 4.64 on the millimeters. So I'm gonna have to design the cube to be that size. So right here I don't have screencast keys on because I don't even know if I have that right now, but either way it doesn't matter. I'll just explain the buttons that I'm pressing and stuff. So I just only left click on the cube, so you see that over here in the corner, right here, it's selected. And now if I just hit N on my keyboard, like N for Nancy, or new, hit N, and then you will get this side panel up, and then you hit view. And if you don't already have it selected, you're gonna have to go to, hold on, let me just let me show you this. You go to file, and then you're gonna go to add-ons, I believe, or edit. The preferences, that's what it is. Preferences, and then in preferences, you can see, hold on, where is it? It's on here. I just don't exactly remember where it was at. Adding, no, add-ons, there it is, add-ons. So in add-ons, you can see right here, 3D view, measure it. That's what you want to make sure you have that selected. So you see it's selected right here with the little check box. And over here in the view tab, if you click on view, down here in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see measure it tools. So now that we have that selected, let me just scroll down a little bit. And then now I'm going to hit tab on my keyboard because we had the box or the cube selected. So if I just hit tab, we're in edit mode now. So if I just hit A twice, because right now all the vertices are selected because we had selected the cube. So I'm going to have to hit A twice on my keyboard. 1, 2, that will deselect everything. And then if I hit shift and then left click on each individual vertice, I can select the vertice and how big this is. So if I have clicked left click on the top and held down the shift button and click this bottom vertice, now I have both vertices selected. And there is an easier way to do this exactly. If you go from individual vertices, you can do edge select mode. So you can just select this whole block right here on the side. It's like a line, but I just use individual vertices because I never know when I need to just select the vertice. Anyway, so if I go to the measure it tools, if you hit segment and hit show, it'll show you the measurement information. And it's going to always be in blue, like a light blue. So if you just scroll down using your mouse, you can see that it has blue right here. But we're going to change that because we're using the y-axis front and back, which is always going to be green. So I'm going to change this blue. If you just left click on it and then you just drag that dot over to the green. It'll change to green, and then if you go to this gear icon right here and right next to the colors, you select that, and then you can change the font size to bring it up. So it's at 14 right now, but if I bring it up, it'll get bigger, and then after that, now you can see it says 2 millimeters or 2M. 2M is millimeters. I mean, you can change that to being mm, but I'll leave it this way because I know it's millimeters. It's not meters, it's just millimeters. But either way, now we have that selected. Let's hit A twice to deselect everything. A. So that removed us selecting all the vertices. Now we're going to hit Shift, hold down the Shift, and then we're going to grab the bottom vertice and this other side, or the right side vertice, holding the Shift and left click. So now I have both bottoms vertices selected, and then all I have to do is hit segment one more time. Now it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna show blue, but if you go down, you can see it's still showing blue. So we're gonna click on that. I'm gonna make it red because this is the x-axis for left and right. So I try to keep the colors the same for the axes that I'm in. So now I'm going to change that from 14 to be bigger so that we can see how big it is. So it's going to be 2 millimeters square for every axis, left, right, and up and down, or X, Y, and Z. And then since we have the y-axis, which is front and back, we're going to have to change that because I need to set it to 4.64 millimeters for the foot of my keyboard that I'm making. So now I'm going to click. I just hit the face select button, and then I just click the back by holding my middle mouse button. You can pan around as panorama, or you can pan to see where it's at, or to look for what you're looking for. And then over here, if you just click move, it'll come out these arrows, and then you can actually move the arrow to wherever you want it, and then that'll be able to adjust the actual the dimensions of what you want. So I need to be at 4.64. So right now it's at 4.256. Oh wait, we just went a little bit above 4. If you zoom in, let me just hold the shift button and then left middle click on my mouse pad. I can pan, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit using the middle mouse button to zoom in, and then I just grab this a little bit. The more closer you zoom in, the more closer you can get the measurements that you want. See, now it's at 4.64, which is exactly what I needed. So now I need to measure really quick the length of the foot that I need to make. So I'm going to turn this back on. Let me just go back to 0. Oh wait, come on. This thing is, oh man, it's a little finicky, my caliper, but I'm going to fix it. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry if this video is already taking a little long, but this information is important because not a lot of people explain in detail about using it for 3D, using Blender for 3D printing, really. I mean, I have seen a few people doing it, but nobody's that intensely doing it like how I'm trying to show you guys right now. I'm just having trouble with this cover for the battery of my caliper, so I'm trying to fix that really quick. Battery's trying to pop out and stuff, but if I could just get, if I could just get it on there, then I'll be able to turn it back on, because the battery had popped out too. There, that should do it. Yep, okay. So now let's just do 0. Wait, 0. Okay. So now that we have that fixed, let me just measure the length of the foot that I already still have. I'll bring it up. And the length is actually kind of tall or long, but it is 11.7, I believe. Yeah, 11.754. Oh wait, no wait, it's 17.54. So it's 17 millimeters, or a little over 17 and a half. But I'm gonna just adjust it a little bit just to make sure that I have the right measurement. And it's actually 17.46. Okay. So 17.46 for the length. So how we're going to measure this, we're going to do the edge select so I could show you guys what I was talking about earlier. So first we're going to hit A twice to deselect everything. And now we're going to hit the edge select mode. So we're going to just do this top edge up here. And now we're going to hit segment one more time. And now that's showing blue, and it's still showing 2 millimeters basically, but that's fine. But I'm gonna change that to yellow so that we know that what we're working with. And I'm gonna bring that font size up so we can see a little better. Okay. And now we're gonna get back to face select mode. Now that we know what our face needs, what the length is, which is 17.46 on my thing. So I hit 7 to get top view, and if you hit 1, that'll give you front view. If you have a keypad, a numpad for your keyboard, you can select top view and then side view. So right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go to front view first, and then we're gonna make sure that we're selected on the right side right here. Front, there we go. And doing so, we'll be able to move over to the right of the design. So we need to go from 2 to 17.4. 0.46 basically. So we're at 4 right now. If we zoom out a little bit, that'll give us faster or bigger measurements. So we're at 7. We'll zoom out a little bit. 7, 8, 9. Let me just grab this hand and move over so we can see. This is just to pan the camera view that you're looking at. Well, it's not really camera view, it's just your regular view, but I just need to make sure that I can see everything that I'm doing on this right side. So this needs 17, so we're at 13, 14. Let's use the hand one more time to just drag in, just left clicking, and pulling over to the left. So now we're at 14, 15, 16, 17. Remember, it's 17.47 or 46. I'll do 47. 17.47. That's fine. Okay. So now that we have the measurement for the length and everything pretty much already set up, now the foot that I'm using, it has a little bit of a curve, like a circle curve on the side. So what we're gonna do to fix that, we're gonna go back to edge select mode, and we're gonna hit A twice to deselect everything. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hold shift, click this vertice, and then hold shift and click the back vertice. And I'm just using my mouse and middle mouse button to pan around so I can see. And then shift, click that one, and shift and click the back one. Now we're going to do 7 to do top view. And this is really good because not a lot of people talk about this hotkey. If you do Control B, it's called bevel, I believe. And that will be able to, hold on. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Let me deselect everything again. So if I just hit shift, click this one right here. If I hit Control B, I believe is what it is. Yeah, bevel. So you can see right there, there's a little bit of a box indent right now. If you just scroll up on your middle mouse button, it'll add another edge loop. So if you just scroll up a lot, it'll add multiple edge loops, and that will make it to where it's curved, basically. So I'm gonna right click to deselect everything. Hit A twice again, because I need to do this for all the edges, all four sides. So I'm gonna select this one, shift select this one, select that one, use my pan middle mouse button, and then shift select this one, shift select this one, holding shift the whole time. Now I'm gonna do 7 on my numpad, so I get top view. Let me hide all these all the measurements, so that way you don't have to look at all that. So I'm gonna hide those by clicking that I to close them out. Now that we have everything, all the edges selected, you can see they have this orange line, or it means it's selected, and that's on all edges on the left and right sides. So 7 keyboard. Now if we do Control B, like I mentioned, that's bevel. And if we just use our mouse and pull over to the right, that will make a curved area. Now if we just scroll up on the keyboard, on your mouse pad, it'll add 1 edge loop. And if you scroll up again, that'll add 2. And you scroll up again, that'll be 3. And that's actually coming really close. Let me just do 4 right there. So that actually looks exactly like my foot for my keyboard, basically. So I'm going to leave it right there because it actually looks really nice. And it looks exactly like what it needs to be. So now that we have made our edges and it's curved on the side, you can see here it shows a curve right around the edge on each side because we selected all 4 edges on the box or the cube. And now that we have that all selected, now I just need to measure how thick this foot that I have to replace is. So go back to 0 on my caliper really quick. 0. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. Place the foot in the center. Clamp down on it to see how thick it really is. And it is 2.61 millimeters. So that means we're going to have to make the cube that we've been working on to make the foot. We're going to have to actually make this taller. So I'm going to go 1 on the numpad so we can see the front view. And we're going to hit A twice to deselect all the vertices, all the edges. Now we're going to leave edge select still on because I need to see exactly how tall this is. I'm pretty sure it's going to show 2, but I need to change that a little bit. So I'm going to go up on my keyboard so we can go that to segment. And we can see it's showing blue, and that actually is okay because blue is just the color of the top and bottom, the z-axis. So I'm going to go back to the gear icon here and then bring that up so you can see it better. See, it shows 2 millimeters. So now what I'm going to do is go back to edge select, not edge, but vertice select mode. Hit A twice to deselect everything, and then we're going to go, you can do the hotkey for this. If you hit Z, I believe, you can actually change the viewport, but I'm going to go to X-ray view because I need to see all the vertices, because I'm going to hit B, this B itself on my keyboard, that's box select. So if you just click, left click, and then drag the box select over all these top vertices up here, all you gotta do is just use, as long as you have move selected, you'll get this arrow, and then we can bring this up. And we need it to be 2.61. So I'm gonna bring this up from 2 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 right here. So that is the perfect height of what I'm trying to make for my foot for my keyboard. And I'm going to hit A twice to deselect. And we're going to get out of 3 X-ray view, and we're going to go back to this one here. Now, if you want it to, it's completely up to you if you want to do this, but over here, if you see this little Earth icon in your left bottom corner, if you click on that, you can change the color of what you're viewing. So I'm going to change the color to, because my foot is actually black, so I'm going to change that to black right here. But you can't see it yet. I mean, it is selected, but you have to go to this middle center, viewport shading. So now it's black. You can see that's black now. And you can change it to whatever color you want. I mean, I chose black, but if I want it to go white or green or brown or whatever I want, you can change the color to whatever color you want. I'm going to just do white because it's going to be printed out in white because all I have is white PETG. So I'm going to leave it white for now. But that's what it should hopefully look like for my foot. Now, the only thing that I could see being a little bit of a problem is I may need to adjust this top area because it's going to come out like a flat surface, and the foot is actually kind of curved like a little button. So I need to make all these curved, basically, like these edges, basically. Like, it needs to be a little curved, not too much. But I'm going to hide that height. And since we already have edge select selected, or not the vertices select, we're going to do K for knife. And then we can select, I'm going to select this vertice right here. And then we're going to go all the way to this vertice since it's on the same side. And if you just left click on it and hit enter, that will do a knife tool cut basically. And that's one edge. So if I'm going to do knife one more time by hitting K on my keyboard, we're going to do this side and this side over here. Hit enter. And now you have two edges. And now I'm going to do the next bottom line. So like we're going to go to hit K one more time. I'm going to do this one right here. And then we're going to do this one. And you can see it's selected with a red outline around it. So if we click on that, hit enter again. Now we have one more edge. And I'm going to do K one more time. We're going to get the bottom middle. And then over here as well, that bottom middle, hit enter. Now we have 4 edges that we can use. Now I'm only doing this is going to be basically for the top, because when it's done 3D printing, it's going to have a little bit of a curve indent, which you need. Well, which I need, basically. Anyway, so now we have all those selected. Now, what we could do is go back to X-ray mode. So we're going to go to that circle with the lines in it. And then we can zoom in using our scroll mouse wheel. And then if we move up, you can see that it's already kind of curving a little bit just for those edges. So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that movement. Hit A twice to deselect everything. Hit B on my keyboard because we just need to select these vertices, and it's going to select both sides because we're in X-ray mode. So I'm going to lift up a little bit right here, and I want to get it up to this vertice line, and then we're going to hit A twice again, and then I'm going to B to bot select, and then grab these 2 vertices right here, bring this up a little bit here to match that line. Because you want to kind of make them all the same height. So I'm going to just deselect pressing A, and then bot select by pressing B. bring this up to that middle line right about here to match all those other lines. And I'm going to do the same. I want to make sure all of them are kind of matching each other. So I'm going to hit A twice, B to box select, grab this one, drag it up to right about here. And then we're going to hit A again, B to box select, grab this, bring this up to right about here. Hit A twice, B box select, and then we're going to grab these, bring this up to match that, and then A twice again, B to box select again, grab these, we're going to bring it up to right about here, and then hit A again, and I believe that actually may look okay. I mean, you can sculpt the area. You can go into sculpt mode and then make a curved area instead of doing it this way, but this is just easier for me because we're already in edit mode, so you don't have to do sculpting or anything. But plus I haven't really learned a whole lot about sculpting yet, so I don't want to try to show you something I'm not 100% aware of. But now we have all those selected. We're going to hit A twice to deselect everything just to make sure. Then we're going to hit B one more time for this edge here over here. Remember, we want to make sure that they're all kind of lined up to each other. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to get out of X-ray mode. View. And you can see that there is a little bit of a curve. It's not too intense, but it's sort of there, which is good. I may need to, let me go back to hitting Control Z to undo that movement right there. Let me hit 3 on my keyboard. Yeah. Okay. So that looks okay. Alright. So now we have all that selected. Now we can just zoom out a little bit here. Let's go to 7. And then we'll go to, let's just look at the color. And now we have all the color and information. So this is going to be kind of circular, a little bit like a button. So I believe that actually may do alright. I mean, the best thing I believe after this, if you wanted to, you can just go from edit mode to sculpt mode, and then you can just smooth all these out to be in a curved area. Let me see if that will work. Let me just go to sculpt mode right here. If you just left click on this button right here on this tab, sculpt mode is right here. Now if we go to 7 on my keyboard, now you can zoom out a little bit using your middle mouse button to scroll back. And now if we just right click on all these areas, that'll be adding, it's called draw brush. So we're gonna add clay strips. Because we need, let me just hit Control Z to undo what I just did when I was using the draw brush. But now I'm going to just use the clay strip. Let me just add the clay strip here. Now you can't really see it all that well, but if I do a different one, you can see it a little bit now. I'm trying just to show you by panning around here. And we should be on clay, but maybe I need to do like inflate or blob or something. Let me see. It's kind of hard to see it. I don't see it too much. Yeah, but see, I don't know a whole lot about sculpting, so I'm still like a beginner at that. I'm at clay. And I'm only using my mouse. I'm not using my drawing tablet's pen because I'm just on my regular desktop's monitor. So it's not that big of a deal for me. Oh, there it goes. It looks a little better, I think. Let me see if we just hit that's draw strip, clay strips, thumb, layer, inflate will probably be pretty good too. I'm still not really seeing it. Let's see. There is a lot of these brushes. Grab brush will probably do pretty good because we need to pull it a little bit. But I don't think it's like the strength is not too much, so you may not be able to see it so well. Clay. Let me bring the strength up some. It's a little hard to see it, but I know it's there. It's just kind of difficult. I don't know why it's so hard to see. Let me see if we could do X-ray or something. No. X-ray. See, X-ray is there, but you can't see much. It's weird. But clay strips. But see, that's what I was talking about. I don't know a whole lot about sculpting yet, so I need to get into sculpting more. But this is a good test because I'm just trying to make a curved area basically. Oh look, see now that moved a little bit, so that's pretty good. But so that's where I'm at right now on this. But I hope you guys are liking this part 2. I'm not trying to make it out to be too long. I just wanted to explain a little bit that I do know how to design things for 3D printing. So part 3 will probably be me trying to 3D print this foot that I'm making for my keyboard. And then part 4 will be me showing you it 3D printed and what it looks like. Okay, so I'm done with this the clay brush stuff or sculpt mode. So let's go back to object mode. So that isn't looking too shabby, but I don't know, we have to wait and see what it looks like when I'm done printing. But alright, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want to learn more from me on how to 3D design things in Blender for your 3D printer, if you get one or if you have one, let me know so I can start me another gig on Fiverr so that you guys can actually get my gig, and then I could teach you, and we can actually do like a video conference or like video chat so I can teach you step by step. But either way, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in this video. Goodbye.